Retail investors and hedge funds alike will have all eyes on the Citadel and SEC lawsuit over the delimit order that is slated to be back in court on October 25th. That is this Monday. So let's talk about this delimit order, what this could potentially do and help the AMC MOAS. So let's not waste any time. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let's talk about it. So this is an article back in October when this was actually implemented. This says Citadel Securities, which provides trading services to asset managers, banks, broker-dealers, and hedge funds, has sued the Securities and Exchange Commission over its decision to approve a new mechanism for trading stocks at upstart exchange operator IEX Group Inc. In quotes, the SEC failed to properly consider the cost and burdens imposed by the proposal that will undermine the reliability of our markets and harms tens of millions of retail investors, a Citadel Securities spokeswoman said in an email on Friday. The lawsuit, which was filed on Friday and first reported by the Wall Street Journal, increases Citadel Securities' dispute over IEX's delimit order type. The delimit is designed to give traders a way to buy or sell stocks at the exchange while protecting them against unfavorable price moves. And that just really makes you wonder, why is Citadel going through all of this trouble to get rid of the delimit order, an order type that not too many people were familiar about? It really raises a lot of suspicions. Continue on. Citadel Securities earlier asked the SEC to reject a proposal from IEX, saying the delimit will damage the U.S. stock market's integrity. But in August, the SEC sided with IEX, allowing the plan to go forward. Yet again, does not make a lot of sense. How would that damage the U.S. stock market's integrity? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, Citadel Securities asked the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit to review the SEC's decision to approve the delimit order, according to a copy of the court filing. The SEC was not immediately available for comment late on Friday. IEX President Ronan Ryan, in a statement quoted by the Wall Street Journal, said he was confident that the SEC's decision will be upheld. Since its launch on October 1st, the delimit is already proving valuable to a broad set of market participants, Ryan said. From our perspective, this recent action should only encourage more investors, brokers, and market makers to use delimit, given that the protections we have created are clearly working, Ryan says. And this will also help limit some of the dark pool trading activities as well. This will just make the markets as fair as we can at the current moment. Now, I do, want to show you guys a video from Better Markets CEO. He does a great job of going over exactly what the implications of this delimit order are and why Citadel is so mad about this, citing a lot of this has to do with dark pool trading. So let's get into that video. We'll be back right after.
I'm Dennis Kelleher, President, Co-founder, and CEO of Better Markets. Better Markets is a nonprofit advocacy organization in Washington, D.C., that fights for Main Street families, workers, consumers, and investors. And that's why I'm talking to you today in your capacity as investors. In the news is a case called Citadel versus the SEC. That's a case pending before the appeal court in Washington, D.C., and there's going to be an oral argument Monday, October 25th at 9:30 a.m. It's actually three cases slated for 9:30 a.m. One of them is this case. And the court will be live streaming the audio of that argument if you want to listen. Now, why would you want to listen? Well, because the Investors Exchange, called IEX, has created what's called an order type that actually is beneficial to retail investors and the buy side. It actually helps them get the best price, whether they're buying or selling. Now, the high-frequency trading firms like Citadel don't like that because they operate in dark, largely unregulated markets where they're trying to maximize their profits, not maximize the best price for buyers and sellers. So IEX submitted this order type to the SEC, and it became effective, but Citadel then sued the SEC so that the SEC will stop IEX from putting in place an order type that is to the benefit of retail investors and the buy side, including mutual funds and pension funds and others. And so that's what this suit is about, is whether or not IEX will be able to put an order type in place that helps investors, or whether or not Citadel and the high-frequency trading firms will be able to force the SEC to stop them from doing that. Now, Better Markets as it usually does, is on the side of the investors. And we filed a brief supporting the SEC in this case. And so we hope that the SEC's position will be upheld. We hope the court rejects Citadel's attempt to quash, squash, and stomp on the IEX order trade, which is to the advantage of the buy side. So that argument's on Monday, October 25th, starting around 9:30. You can listen to the audio live stream. We hope they rule the right way. We hope they agree with our legal brief, and we hope they let IEX use this order form, and by the way, a lot more, so that the buy side and the interest of investors will once again be first, not the profits of the firms like Citadel that operate in dark, unregulated markets. Thanks for listening. It's Dennis Kelleher at Better Markets. Go to our website, www.bettermarkets.com, for lots more information.
So this is great and all. It's making our markets more fair. Obviously, Citadel is losing quite a bit of money by manipulating our order flows, by doing a lot of arbitrage things that should not be going on in the first place. So they're mad about this. That is ultimately going to help the MOAS come a little bit quicker. I don't think this is going to be a huge driving factor for the MOAS. It's really going to be the FOMO buyers that we are starting to see come alive in the marketplace yet again. And that's going to be the biggest thing, mixed with the AMC catalyst. But is this ultimately important? This is very important, especially if you're somebody like me that is in AMC to get insanely rich, to make a lot of money. But ultimately, if you're like me and you're a long-term investor, you're going to be in the markets 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, God willing, then you want to see the markets as fair as possible. You want to see the level playing field, and this is a step in the right direction. Like I said, this will ultimately help the MOAS come a little bit faster as well, in my personal opinion. So that is going to be all for this video. If you guys got value out of it, hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this delimit order? Why is Citadel so upset about this order type that not too many people even knew about in the first place? Very interesting topic. If you guys have further details on this, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Link me anything down there. I look at all those comments. I respond to as many of them as I possibly can. As well as that, if you guys want to directly support the channel, keep making these videos possible, check out the links for the buy and sell alerts and to get totally free stock. We have been knocking it out of the park, and hopefully today or tomorrow I'm going to be going over a video of all of the monstrous trades that we did hit in that private community that would have covered the cost for that program for years and years and years. So needless to say, it is very inexpensive. Make it accessible to nearly anybody if they want to be a part of it. So that is all for this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one.